Hi, thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to do a little polishing or attempt to do polishing on a silver plated item. Before we begin, show some channel love and hit the like and subscribe button. And if you are so inclined, leave a comment in the section below. All right, the instructions I think I've seen with most of these say to just polish with a dry cloth because it's not real silver, it's silver plated. Now we're going to find out if the quality of this is high or low, depending on whether or not it can withstand some type of silver polish. Now you know it needs polishing. You see this tarnishing here? That's from oxygen, air hitting it. And it's not really silver. You can see it in the cracks or the crevices of it. It looks a little more silver than on these raised areas. This entire thing is a bit tarnished, and so is this bottom area here. And it has a shine in the camera, but if you look at it in different areas, this is tarnished. It doesn't look silvery. So the mirror in here looks more silver than the outer edges. These swans look to be something like a pewter or something. I don't think they're silver polish or silver plated, but we'll find out. So in buffing it with a dry cloth, I've broken a piece off. And so I'll have to see about placing that back on. It'll sit, I can sit it there and it'll stay there, but if I can't get this back to a nice silver luster, then there's no need to have it. Now, instead of using regular silver polish, which sometimes those can be a little harsh, because they're silver polish, they're supposed to be easier on silver because silver is so much more porous than gold. I'm going to do what we did years ago. When I was in the military, we used toothpaste because, of course, we didn't have any silver. We didn't have any polish or brasso. We weren't allowed to have it, and we had to keep certain things nice and shiny. We used toothpaste. And the reason I chose these two is because it needs to be a white paste. I'm going to do both of them and see how it works. I don't want the fancy stuff, just the white paste. And I'm not sure if it's going to matter which brand. I used these on getting the headlights clean and clear of that top coat. So hopefully you have been able to see that video. So I'm going to, I'll just take a little off here. This is not quite white. It's more of a green color it looks. And with this, you don't need to wear gloves if you don't want to. I'm going to put that here and put a little in this space here. And on this other side, I'm going to put this pro enamel. You figure I'm not putting a whole lot, just a small amount, because I'm just doing a small section. I want it on opposite sides so I don't get myself all mixed up. And you figure, why does this work? It cleans and polishes, well, some of them clean and polish your teeth without damaging the enamel, so it should be okay for this. And I'm just rubbing it in slightly. And I'm gonna let it sit and do what it does. Make sure I did the other side. I don't think I rubbed it in like that. Keep one side on one side on the other. It's already drying. Buff it just slightly. Now, I saw something online that said that barkeeper's secret, the barkeeper's secret, I think it is, can be used on this. I use that on my plates when I'm doing printmaking. Close these, cap these back up. Just really want to kind of see which one does it the best, or if they really do it. I guess I should have put a little up here to try that out too. Because when I just buffed it with the cloth, it worked pretty okay, but then this tarnishing came back. It only lasted maybe a week. It's very humid here, and that may have something to do with it. I don't know for sure. So we have some on the top here and some on that bottom part there. You can use as much as little as you need. I don't think you need a whole lot with these. It looks like it's buffing some of that off, that tarnish off, just by me rubbing this on there. And I think that's the whole idea. You're really getting that really extremely fine grit that's in the toothpaste to remove that tarnish. And now I'm going to find see what I have some here on there. I want to find a section that doesn't have anything on it. I'll just flip it over. Put my finger in there, wrap it around my finger. I'm going to do the bottom first since I lean it over. Since I put it here first, and then you just use small circular motions as if you were polishing a car. And try and buff that off. Feels like it's more elbow grease than anything else. I know it is when you're just using that dry rag. It's just elbow grease. Move to another clean section. And buff some more, just small circular motion. I don't know, what do you think? I can see the buff marks in it. I'm gonna try this here. Only so that when I go to the other side, I'm done with it. And it's okay to keep moving to a clean section. Okay, that still has toothpaste on it, which is fine. I'm going to move over. I can see a difference. You can see the difference in it from there to there. There's a big difference from here to this over here. Really big difference. The bottom, to me, is not so noticeable, maybe because it's down so far. But let's go ahead and buff this side. You don't really want it dry. The toothpaste, you don't want it to get too dry. I moved to a clean section on this is just a t-shirt, an old t-shirt. You don't have to go out and buy buffing rags and all kind of stuff like that. Most t-shirts are made out of cotton, and that's soft enough, and it will work really fine. I'm going to look at it to see if there's a difference between the two toothpaste also. Maybe not. Looks like you see the buff marks in it. Right, I'm going to change to another little clean section here on the rag, and then do this top part here. Make sure I get it all off. I only did like 3 pieces. So I don't know if I can tell the difference between the two sides. This is really that side. Let me turn it around. This is the last side I buffed. I don't know if I can tell the difference between the two toothpastes. I'm going to get something and wet it to get the toothpaste off. Okay, now I'm going to use a paper towel to just wet this and get the toothpaste off. The reason why I'm not using the, two reasons I'm not using the traditional silver polish is because it gets a bit expensive and I don't have any on hand. I really didn't want to try it. I have a jewelry cleaner that seems to be just water. If this is not really good silver plating, it's going to ruin the whole piece. The piece may already be ruined because, of course, I can't get the tarnish off. I don't want to submerge it also. The other reason I don't want to submerge it. Most of the silver polishes tell you to submerge the object into the silver polish. And I don't want to do that. I don't have enough to do that. And I think it may mess up the music box part of this. All right, there it is. Let's see. Once I did it, that's the section there. And that's the tarnish section. You can tell a slight difference down there. The same with here. You can see a slight difference down there. The biggest difference that you can see is up here in this section. That's nice and silver, and that is really tarnished. And then we have this section over here. So I'm going to go ahead and completely complete the piece by using the toothpaste on there. I like the way that looks. I'll do the whole piece and then see what happens. Okay, I've completely done one side, just the tops really of one side. I have to do the undersides, this area, and then these little ferret things up here and hope they stand. Not, I may have to break all of them off. So you can see there is a huge difference between this side and that side. See all that tarnishing? And that has been cleared up. It's quite nicely done. And this is the bottom of it. This is the side that I use the toothpaste on. And that is the side that I haven't used a toothpaste on. It's striking these different colors. And I did the base, of course. I put the blue tape on it to stop. That way I would have something to compare it to. And this side down here, I'm not sure if that reads so well, but this is the side that was clean. And this is the side that still has the tarnish, look like specks of dust or dirt that's on them. I'm gonna see if I can take a picture. Maybe it'll look a little differently, but that's the side that was polished, and you can tell the difference on the side that was polished. Now, unlike regular polishing solutions they're sort of a paste, but you have to put them on and then let them dry a bit and then take them off. I found that it's better and that you just use the toothpaste while it's still wet, buff it, apply it and buff it in circular motions while it's still wet. And then you can remove it, because once it's dry, it's not the same as the polishing compounds. Those things tend to wipe off really easily once they're dry. The toothpaste doesn't. So you want to make sure it's still somewhat moist or damp. Otherwise, excuse me, just use the wet paper towel and re-wet it a little bit and see what it does. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the other side now. That's a big difference between here and here. That's tarnish. Looks like look on it or something. And that's not. All right. If you haven't had a chance to show some channel love, hit the like and the subscribe button. And leave a comment in the section below. All right. Thanks for joining me. Until next time.